quiet summer afternoon, a couple exploring rural Washington made a grim discovery when they found an injured woman lying beyond a log on the road. Despite their quick efforts to get her to the hospital, she passed away during the medical examination. The unidentified woman, dressed only in thong, knee-length socks and boots, had a severe head wound, and her scattered clothes offered no clues to her identity. The tragic incident unfolded earlier that afternoon when 20-year-old Jody Loomis went for a bike ride to visit her horse, but never reached her destination. News of a suspicious death at Stevens Hospital reached Jody's worried mother, leading to a chaotic night. Officers later delivered heartbreaking news. Jody had been severely injured, and the crime scene indicated a sexually motivated homicide with disturbing details, including dirt and leaves in her underwear and boots put on after the crime. The question is, who could commit such a horrific act? Jody Gwynn Loomis, born on June 5, 1952 in Seattle, enjoyed a wonderful childhood with her brother John Jr. and her sister Jana. She had a special love for animals, especially horses. Jody was particularly fond of horses, actively involved in caring for them and participating in horse shows. In her teens, she explored the city, rescuing animals with her best friend Pat Wieland. As she entered adulthood, Jody grew into a confident young woman, unafraid to speak her mind. By 1972, Jody had developed a passion for horse riding, owning a horse named Saudi. Despite not keeping him at home, she visited the nearby stable regularly. Besides her love for horses, Jody showcased her artistic talent by painting a mural of running horses in her bedroom. On August 23, 1972, a seemingly ordinary day for 20-year-old Jody took a turn. Getting ready to visit Saudi, she opted to use her bicycle to save time. Her mother, aware of Jody's tendency to lose track of time with Saudi, handed her a dime for a call and requested her return before dark. Assuring her family, Jody pedaled away excitedly, but unfortunately, she never got the chance to meet Saudi that day in Edmond's snow. The day that started like any other turned into a mysterious and tragic chapter in Jody's life. Meanwhile, in Snohomish County, about 20 miles north of Seattle, a couple was driving their two-seater sports car in the Mills Creek area. They were looking for a good spot for target shooting when they encountered a log blocking a secluded dirt road in the woods east of the Belle Everett Highway. As they got out to move the log, they were met with a horrifying sight about 15 feet from the log. Jody, lying on her back, severely injured, covered in blood, and partly naked. The couple, shocked by the gruesome discovery, called for help. The woman ran to Jody to check if she was alive. Jody was gasping for breath, and despite being alive, she couldn't speak. In a race against time, the man placed Jody in the passenger seat of his car, while the woman held her head up to maintain an open airway. Despite their efforts, by the time they reached the hospital, it was too late. Jody was declared dead. Back at the Loomis house, everyone is worried. Hours had passed since sunset, and there was no sign of Jody. The family, anxiously waiting, became increasingly worried. Finally, officers arrived with the devastating news of Jody's assault and murder. Detectives from Snohomish County Police Department investigated the crime scene, noting disturbing details. They revealed to the family that Jody was found wearing only a pair of bikini-style underwear, knee-length socks, and glasses askew on her face. A bullet hole in her head revealed the brutal nature of the crime. However, the investigation faced challenges, with no significant clues discovered at the crime scene. Jody's blue jeans were found nearby, and the dime given to her by her mother was recovered. The deputy coroner observed dirt and leaves in her underwear, indicating a sexually motivated homicide. Jody had been shot with a .22 caliber gun, and bodily fluids confirmed she was a victim of assault. Despite preserving DNA samples, early DNA testing limitations hindered progress. Suspicions briefly fell on Ted Bundy due to a string of similar murders, but differences in modus operandi ruled him out. Over the years, Jody's case was revisited without success, and it eventually went cold. In 2005, a fresh team of investigators reopened the case, hoping to leverage advanced technology for DNA analysis. However, their efforts faced a setback. The preserved DNA evidence had been mishandled and tampered with over the years. The original DNA samples crucial for solving the case were lost, leaving detectives without a clear path forward. Investigators looked into other items collected as evidence in Jody's case, such as her shirt, bra, jeans, and boots. Laura Martin argued that the newspaper's presence was merely a coincidence. On November 6, 2020, Miller and his defense maintained their innocence in closing arguments. The verdict was anticipated on November 9, 2020. Miller's bail was set at $1 million, and he had paid 10% with the help of a bail bonds company in 2019. On the day of the verdict, everyone gathered at the Snohomish County Superior Court, but Miller was not present. Shortly before 10 a.m. on November 9, 2020, detectives in Edmonds, Washington, received a call reporting a self-harm incident involving Miller. The call notifying authorities came from one of Miller's family members. When they arrived at the scene, they discovered the body of 78-year-old Terrence Miller. It appeared that Miller had taken his own life, but a thorough investigation was needed to confirm the exact circumstances of his death. Despite Miller's death on the same day, the jury was informed and decided to continue with the trial. About 3 hours later, the jury found Miller guilty of the first-degree murder of Jody Loomis on Tuesday, November 10, 2020. And there you have it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more crime-revealing stories. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time.